It is absolutely phenomenal, the inventions that human beings, that you and I can come up with once we tap into our creative forces. Like, it is absolutely phenomenal. I just asked ChatGPT to give me 10 thought-provoking questions, and they are actually thought-provoking. It's absolutely amazing that someone came up with this. Like after Google, who would have thought ChatGPT would have come in? But anyway, let's get into the questions. If you could know the absolute truth to one question in your life, what would you ask? If I could know the absolute truth to one question in my life, what would I ask? I know the truth, so why should I ask the question if I already know the answer? But anyway, I think for me, I would ask, and I have not written the answers prior, so this is me just thinking. So as I'm asking the questions, please also be thinking. So for me, I would ask, do I live my life in purpose? Do I live a meaningful life and create the change that God has brought me into this world to create? Number two, I love number two. And I think you will love number two. It's something that you should ask, and something that a lot of us, question on a daily. Do you think people are born inherently good, or do we become who we are because of experiences? I think number one, yes, it is true that people are born inherently good, but also it is true that we become who we are because of the experiences that we've experienced. Our childhood shapes us, our parents shape us. It's actually common knowledge now that, like, siblings can grow in the same household, but they have totally different experiences. So yes, I do believe that we become who we are because of experiences. But I also think that in the end, when you have choices placed before you, we choose who we become. We become who we are because of the experiences, and then when it comes to a certain point, we get to choose who we are. Number three, is there such a thing as a truly selfless act? Or does every action have an underlying benefit to the doer? I think truly selfless people, we can maybe say, are mothers, but I feel like there is no such thing as a truly selfless act, because as human beings, we are inherently created to just like give what we receive sometimes. Like, we expect, as much as there are people who are givers and selfless givers, sometimes we do expect to receive some certain amount of good. Like, for example, you know if your mother loves you, like, I guess there's some type of way that maybe she'll expect that you love her too, because imagine she has taken care of you throughout your entire life, and then you grow up and then you hate her. That would literally start hurt her. You can say there's selfless acts, but I feel like people also expect, some things to be reciprocated. If happiness is the goal of life, why do so many people chase things that don't bring lasting joy? I would answer to that we do not know tomorrow. And so, as human beings, we love to chase things. And so, we do not know exactly what will bring us happiness. So, we have to find out a lot of things. We have to do a lot of things to be able to know, like, is this going to impact my life in this way? And then we also love to explore things as human beings. So that's why I feel like, yeah, sometimes we may chase things that don't bring lasting joy, but also because sometimes when we see other people have some things, we also desire those things. Number five, would you rather live a short, extraordinary life or a long? I think this is the question that really caught me, because I was just thinking about so many amazing people that have died recently, and in my head I'm like, would I rather live a short, extraordinary life or a long, ordinary one? I feel like for me, a lot of people have lived ordinary lives, but what does this ordinary life like, what packaged, how is it packaged? Because it is how you describe an extraordinary life and how you describe an ordinary life. For me, I'm very okay with living an ordinary life, and I live long. And by ordinary, in my ordinary, I'm still chasing my purpose. I'm loving who I need to love. I love my family. I'm spending time with my family. Like, the things that do matter the most, I'm still doing them. So by ordinary, I mean I have a shelter over my head. I'm well fed. I'm happy. I'm doing the things that I want to do. I do not, by definition, Like, how you define extraordinary and ordinary will lead to how you answer this question. Like, do we create meaning in life, or is it something we are meant to discover? I think we create it and we're still meant to discover. Number 7, if money and survival weren't an issue, how would you choose to spend your time? If money and survival weren't an issue, me personally, I would choose, I don't know, I just choose to spend more time with my mom. Yeah. I would choose to spend more time with family, of course, and I would choose also to travel. Those two things. Like, I'd choose travel and spending more time with, my family members. After answering that question, something just popped up in my head, and I'm thinking, what's stopping me? And I feel like these questions, they really do something to you. And I feel like, yeah, a lot of us should really ask ourselves this question. Number 8, how different would the world be if humans could read each other's thoughts? I think people would absolutely hate each other. The world would be in havoc. People would have no friends. Families wouldn't be united. The world would be in havoc if people could read each other's thoughts, because in one way or another, sometimes in one way or another, like, you can even love someone and have a negative thought about them sometimes when they do something that doesn't please you, but that doesn't mean that you do not love them, right? So I feel like it is good that we cannot read it. So I feel like it is good that we cannot read each other's thoughts, but we have been given something else, and that is instinct. That is the gut feeling, whereby you can sense someone's energy, and therefore you can avoid a lot of things. Maybe if this person is not for you, you can know based on your gut instinct. That is better than reading each other's thoughts. Number 9, is free will real? Or are our choices shaped entirely by circumstances and biology? Free will, I do not know if free will is real, because inherently we're supposed to still follow instructions. Like, for example, I am a Christian. There's some things that I will do that are related to what God wants me to do. So I do not really understand if there's free will. I know people say that God gives us free will. Say to that, yes, we do have choices to some things, and we do not have choices. Yes, we do have choices to a lot of things, but those choices may lead down to a path that may end us hurting us more. So I do not know exactly if that is free will. I don't think our choices are shaped entirely by circumstances, but to some capacity they are. So to some capacity, our choices are shaped by what we have gone through, our circumstances. I believe that a lot of people have been able to rise above their circumstances, and I think that human beings can definitely rise above any circumstance. And last but not least, if your life were a book, would you be proud of the story so far? So it's true that the quality of our lives depends on the quality of our questions. So if my life were a book, would I be proud of my stories so far? I'd say there's some chapters that I would want hidden away forever, and there's some chapters that maybe I would want to be revealed. And so I am 50-50 on that. I am 50-50, especially with where I am in life, but I am definitely proud that I am constantly choosing myself, and I am constantly striving to become who I truly want to be. And so for that, I am proud. So yeah, maybe I can say I'm proud of my story so far. Not so much, but yeah, a little.